Hello everybody, this is Dragonzilla here, and it's once again that time of year when Collecta announced their Dinosaur and Prehistoric animal figures for next year. However, this time, I have been dreading the 2023 line, and why is that, you may ask? Well, that's because the past 3 years, in my opinion, haven't been that great for Collecta. I know that some folks will probably say that they've been wonderful, but for me I feel like it's mostly been Late Cretaceous era dinosaurs that have done the rounds since the early days of dino merch and cephalopods. Oh yes, we've had some dinosaurs from either the Jurassic, Triassic and early to mid Cretaceous, and also the odd obscure species here and there, but they've all mostly been outnumbered by Late Cretaceous dinosaurs and cephalopods. I'm not saying that I hate LC dinos, I like them, but I think we've got enough to keep us going for a while. Anyway, let's see what's in store for next year. So first off is the Hadrosaurus. Probably not the most exciting dinosaur, and it, as well as its distant cousin Edmontosaurus, is exceptionally lame. No offense to all those who love this dinosaur, but the reason why I'm not too impressed with this one is because we see this one all the time, not just in model form but in media as well. I know that it was a popular prey item for Tyrannosaurus Rex, but to me, Hadrosaurus is the least impressive version of Iguanodon, a dinosaur that I do love. However, I will say that I like the colour scheme since green is my favourite colour, but I won't be picking this one up. Sorry guys. The second figure is Triceratops, which is a Late Cretaceous dinosaur that I do like, but again, this is another model that I will not be adding to my wish list, because we got a Triceratops this year from Collecta. However, to be fair, the fans and collectors did request for another one, and why this one has its head facing down, so you can have it in combat with a T-Rex figure. Great idea, but I'm happy with the 2018 Safari model. Up next is a Rheangosaurus. I think I butchered that one, which is a sauropod that I've never heard of. I don't really do that much research on the sauropods, aside from the famous ones like Diplodocus, Apatosaurus and Brachiosaurus to name a few, but Rheangulosaurus is a new one to me, and it looks like a decent model that will take up a lot of shelf space. After the Rheangosaurus is the Stegosaurus, another dinosaur that I don't think I've heard of. It looks like it could either be a nodosaur or ankylosaur. This one is only new to me, so I'll have to look this one up. However, I do know that this will be a deluxe model. The next one is Bristonius. Now, when I originally saw this picture on the Everything Dinosaur blog, I at first thought that it was an Iguanodon, until I realised that it was too small. Well, to be fair, this would be a popular figure, and not a deluxe, as far as I know. So I'm guessing that Bristonius must be one of Iguanodon's relatives, and it's a cute looking critter. If Iguanodon was the horse of the Cretaceous, then Bristonius would have been the donkey. So for the first carnivore, we have Ceratopsuchops, which is the new Spinosaurid that was discovered on the Isle of Wight last year. This will be part of the popular line, although having said that, it will come with an articulated jaw, something that's usually seen on the larger models. This figure has an interesting design, but I don't really collect the popular figures. I tend to go for the deluxes, but if I take a shine to this one, then I may add it to the collection. We have a sea creature next, and this one is a marine reptile called Shastasaurus. Now on first glance, I thought that this animal looked like a penguin/killer whale hybrid, but it's actually a member of the Ichthyosaurs. I do love these fish-like reptiles, as they were the dolphins of the Mesozoic, so I welcome this, and I believe that this will look excellent with the Pteranodontosaurus which came out many moons ago. Next up is the Tyrannosaurus of the sea, Mosasaurus, which looks grand. Now this isn't Collecta's first attempt at this predator, as they've been making models of this giant for years. So now that we'll be getting an up-to-date figure, it wouldn't surprise me if Collecta retired the previous models, as they do when updating extinct titans. Like the Ichthyosaurs, I'm a huge fan of the Mosasaurs, and I think this will look better than Papo's Tylosaurus that hasn't come out yet, but despite looking forward to this one, I will still be keeping its predecessors. Now when I saw the promo image for the new Anomalocaris, I was thrilled, because I think this makes a nice change from the usual cephalopods. I'm up for prehistoric invertebrates, since they're overlooked, but they've mostly been nothing but cephalopods, to which I'm not a big fan of. with the exception of Ray Harryhausen's giant ammonite from the mysterious island. However, to be fair, they did give us the trilobite, Red Elysia rex, and the horseshoe crab, so to have another species of invertebrate is fantastic. Although I think Collecta should have painted the Anomalocaris either grey, dark blue or black, instead of bright red with a bit of green and black spots scattered all over. But nevertheless, red is another favourite colour of mine, so I definitely welcome this. And finally is the king of the amphibians, Koolasuchus. And wow, he looks awesome! This is another creature that I would have loved to have had when I was a child. That green paint is beautiful, and I love the open mouth revealing all those teeth. I did read up to see whether or not he'll have an articulated jaw, but there was no mention of it. However, that doesn't matter, because I would have kept the mouth open at all times. I think that this would be one of Collecta's best, since the Dinotherium and Estamenosuchus. I don't care what anybody says. We've been needing a Koolasuchus for years. Well, I have. So overall, in my opinion, I think Collecta's 2023 Dinosaur and Prehistoric Animal line is an improvement over the past 3 years. But I do have one complaint, and that would be the absence of Xenozoic creatures, something that Collecta is well known for. I don't know whether or not it's because nothing has come to mind, or they're having a break from them, to which I hope that's just the case, and they'll announce 1 or 2 for next year. Well, mind you, I thought that 2020 didn't have any, until I remembered that the Megalodon was an animal of the Pliocene, so it doesn't have to be a mammal, from either the Tertiary or the Pleistocene, i.e. the Ice Age. It could be another creature like an extinct bird, such as the terrabirds, we haven't had those for a long time, or perhaps the elephant bird, the giant moa, and its arch nemesis the Haas eagle. Or why not a dodo? I don't think we've seen a dodo for years. And it's not just birds, but the Cenozoic also bared witness to some giant reptiles that were just as awesome as the dinosaurs, such as Megalania, the giant ripper, aka Varanus priscus. That would be awesome if Collecta did that one. There was also a species of giant tortoise that possessed horns and a club at the end of its tail called Manolania, I think that's how you pronounce its name. And there's also the crocodile Priscachaptus from the Eocene epoch. So yeah, that's my one and only gripe with Collecta's 2023 range. And like I said, good choices, but if I were to drop one, that would be the Hadrosaurus, and in its place would be any of those creatures that I mentioned, as well as some other suggestions, such as Megatherium, the giant ground sloth, Lystrosaurus, Gorgonops, Novosaurus, or a deluxe version of either Megalosaurus or Allosaurus, and why not an updated model of the Stegosaurus, also a deluxe, to go alongside Allosaurus. But anyway, Koolasuchus, Anomalocaris, and the 2 giant marine reptiles, I'll be looking forward to getting those next year. What are your thoughts and opinions on these figures? Let's have a discussion in the comments. This is Dragonzilla signing out, take care, and I'll see you all next time, bye for now.